what are we going to do in MEC activity? MEC normally when you are in real time, simply we use it to say it as MEC activities. So normally we will say month-end activities, but the terminology we use MEC activity. So what we are going to do it at MEC activities. So as a consultant, you need to aware of it, what business is doing it, how the business is performing their day-to-day activities. Okay. So when it comes to the month end, what is your priority at month end? What you are going to submit? At month end, we will what sir? P&L and balance sheet reports. These are the two reports which we need to generate on every month end. Then normally we will generate balance sheet on every quarter also, and then followed by every year also. Quarterly we will generate, and yearly also we will generate both balance sheet as well as P&L. Okay. So this is where you need to perform. So when you want to close your P&L or your balance sheet, so your P&L nothing but what sir? Your expenditures and incomes. So your expenditure nothing but it might be your operational or non-operational also. Operational means where it is going to use your production process or any manufacturing, simply we can say, or any expenditure related or any asset under constructions. So everything we will say it as a operational things. Non-operational things, some office expenditures, such type of things we will say it as non-operational. So at the time of bookings during the month, they do their regular operational and non-operational expenditures. So the same way, they also will have their incomes also. So they will book their regular incomes. Okay. So when it comes to the operational or non-operational expenditures, it may complete by month end or it may not complete during month end. Let's take some of the organizations, they will follow their salary cycles. So they will follow their salary cycles 15 to 15. But your month end is going to close on 30th or 31st of the month. So now for the present month, I have completed the entire month. But the actual bookings I use it to do it when sir? Next month 15 only in terms of salaries in our example. So in this case, what I need to do? If I have not maintained my expenditure entry, what is going to be happen to your P&L? Your expenditure is not booked. Your revenue booked. That means your income is there. Your expenditure you have not booked. Automatically your income shows as more, which means your profit. When you show more profit, then automatically your balance sheet will impact your liability. Clear, sir? So you need to take care of all those things. So in such cases, what we need to do, you will have some projection value. Let us assume I have 100 lakhs. So each person's salary, let's take as 1 lakh. 100 into 1 lakh, 100 lakhs. Okay, this is my expected salaries. So what I will do during the month end, I will book one provisional entry or accrual entry. This is what we are going to do it. So when you do a provisional entry, is it going to be a real entry? No, it is just you are going to do for the sake of your month end. The same you will adjust in your next month with actual values. So you are going to book it as debit 100 lakhs expenditure and credited to the respective bank account or cash. Now when it comes to the actual, during that time what is going to be happening? It might be 90 lakhs, it might be 110 lakhs also, based on your bonuses or any adjustments or whatever it is, plus or minus values. So it depends upon the situation or the respective exact value will derive at the time of next month 15th. During that time, you will book your exact value and also you will do your adjustment value to your existing entry. So earlier you booked as debit expenditure, that is like in our example it is salaries. Okay, you have booked as 100 lakhs. Okay, and credited to cash by bank, you booked as another 100 lakh. This is your entry, accounting entry. Always your real time accounting entry should have minimum of how many line items, sir? Minimum 2 line items. One is debit and one is credit, and your total debit and credit should be zero always. Okay, this is the entry you have posted during your month. It is not an actual entry. It is going to be your provisional entry. Provisional or accrual, whatever you can say. This is the entry which you are going to post during your month end. But when it comes to the actual, what is the entry you are going to post? Debit salaries, it might be 90 lakhs or it might be 110 lakhs also, or it might be 100 lakhs also, which is going to happen based on the respective business transaction. So now with respect to this the same, you are going to make it as your cash by bank. Yes, sir, please silence. Cash by bank, you are going to book it. Based on that, you will book your values. So you have booked it already 100 lakhs. If it is 100 lakhs, then it is fine. No issues. Entry will be fine. If it is not 100 lakhs, then if this is the case, you need to book the respective adjustment entry. You have booked it as here 100 lakhs. Now you are going to book it as 90 lakhs. This is your expected entry. So you have already booked 100 lakhs and now it comes to the 90 lakhs. So you need to do what, sir?
Adjustment.
Credited to 10 lakhs. But you need to observe here the debit and credits now. Okay, we need to observe the proper debits and credits now. So what is your expenditure entry normally? Debit expenditure and credited to cash or bank or whatever the balance sheet account. Sure. Now I have already booked my debit expenditures. Does it require to post again? Okay, you need to think here. Is it required to post it again? Or is it required to book into the respective GL account? So in this case, debit salaries, what I will do it during month, debit salaries, provisional account I will use, because these are values, not my actuals. These are my provisions or expected values or my planned values. So I'm going to book into my provisional account during that time. Now I know the actual values. Now I am going to book into my salary account directly. Okay. So what I need to do now? Am I use the cash account or not? You have already used your cash by bank account here. So here again, I don't want to use my cash account. I will adjust the respective values with my provisional account. So I will brought down my provisional account here and I will make it a credit here. So what is your provisional balance here? Next month, what you are going to post exact salaries is 90 lakhs. What is your provisional value it is going to take? Is it 90 lakhs or always your provisional accounts or intermediary accounts?
Like
You need to it as a 0. So here it was a debit, here it is a credit. So your balance becomes 0. Clear, sir? Now, is your debit and credits matches? Yes, sir? No. So where you need to adjust this value now? Where you need to adjust? What you have posted to your cash account? You have posted your cash account, how much, sir? 100 lakhs. Now, whatever the difference, your actual expenditure is 90 lakhs only. That means in a has shown that 100 lakhs has been credited from your balance sheet of cash or balance sheet or bank account. But the actual need to be done only 90 lakhs. So what you need to do now? Debited to your bank or cash. Debited to bank by cash. 10 lakhs. Here, if the same situation, let's take this example. You have posted as 100 lakhs in your provisional, but here 110 lakhs is your salaries. Are you going to make it as your provisional as 110 or 100? Always it is going to be 100 only your provisional, because you have used that one for intermediary purpose or adjustment purpose. Your values should be same always. So now what you need to do? Credited to bank account or cash account 10 lakhs. This is the way you need to do your adjustment postings during month end. Okay. So here, or as a consultant, are we going to do these transactions? We never do, sir. But as a consultant, you need to know the concept of it. Because if the business person gets a doubt, you are in a position to explain. If you are not able to explain, then it is fault with consulting side. As a consultant, you need to know both IT side as well as business side, which is mandatory. Okay, don't think that I know everything configuration steps. No, sir, no use nowadays. The configuration steps is earlier days, sir, between 210 to 15. 10 to 15, those days only the configuration was. Nowadays, if you know configuration, go outside. No use of it, sir. You need to know conceptual knowledge, how the system is functional. Online clearer, sir? Anybody having on this one? Voice break out.
So, uh, yeah, actually, your voice
Yes,
is
sir.
breaking. So, sir,
Yeah, I
generally,
got
this
that.
provisional entry.
Yes, sir.
Shall I?
Generally?
So this provisional entry normally when it will be get posted, like for example in my business transaction for a particular period. So when this normal provisions will be happen, and when I'm booking any transactions, then the company get to know like certain amount which we need to pay when that transaction will be happen.
Sir, 1 minute, sir. I'm changing the network.
Okay.
Sorry for it. I got your question, but give me a minute. Yeah, now you can, sir. Give me your answer. Yes, sir. Now you can give me
Shall
your
I?
question, sir, please.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I
repeat,
was
sir. Sorry
asking.
for it. Yeah.
Okay. I was asking like provisional entry, like in real time business, provisional entry, when it will be happen,
Hmm.
like generally when it will happen in the business place, and when we get to know like this is the actual that we have to do the transaction. So just wanted to know like
Yes, sir.
differences
That is,
between like provisional entry.
Yes, sir. That is what I have given the example of initially. I think you have joined a bit late. So as I said, it depends upon business to business, sir. So we'll have two nature of expenditure, operational and non-operational. Non-operational, we'll book it immediately, sir. There is no stoppage to it. When it comes to the operational, they will wait for the operation to be complete. Okay, then they will book their entry. I have given a small example of salaries where the salaries time period is between 16 to 15 of every month. Okay, 16 to 15 of every month. Okay, now you are doing your month end. You are doing your month end on 30th or 31st. Okay, so now do you want to book your expenditure in the current month or not? That is the first question. The second question, if not booked, what is going to be happen? If booked, what is going to be happen? If you have not booked, immediately your income will increase. Automatically, it will show you profit and it will impact on your liability. When you are having more liability, which means your business is not running good. Simple logic. Okay, next thing. If you booked, then there will be small adjustments either in profit or loss because you have booked a provision which is not actual value. The value might be near to it. It may be same. If it is a fixed salaries, then it could be same. If there is any variables, it might be a variable of 10% or 15% based on the maximum variable capacity. That is also we have seen the maximum variables we can control through your tolerances, which we have already seen. So the tolerances, based on that, we can control your variances. That variance only will impact, not the entire value. So that variance will impact to your P&L either into a profit or into a loss. When you got profit, it will move to liability. When it is a loss, it will move to your asset. Clear, sir? So that clear? That is the
So
example I was explaining here.
okay, okay. Yes, sir. Till I got it. So actually, I was asking like real time, like you give an example like operational, non-operational. Thanks
Yeah,
you for that. But
yeah,
my question is that like whenever like you're doing a posting, like either salary you have as a given an example.
yeah.
Okay. So coming to the adjustment part, which you will do in the month end, correct?
That is what I'm
Adjustment part.
saying. See, here, the provisional entry you are going to do at MEC. The actual entry next month, when you know the actual value. It might be 15th of the month or the respective date. Normally, in our example, it is 15th of the month, so that you will get to know by 16th maximum assume. Okay, during that time only you will post your actual entry. You won't wait for next month end. Again, next month end you are going to book next month end provisionals. You are not going to wait for the previous month to be adjusted in the month end. You won't wait, sir. Okay, when you know the actual bookings, immediately will book it, and while booking it, you also consider your previous month provisions on that particular nature of transaction. This will be happen. Sorry, this will be happen at month end. These two, either are one, either this one or this one. Nature of your posting. It will be happen when it comes to the your actual posting. Clear, sir?
And sir, that adjustment entry that which you are told now, like adjustment entry.
Yeah. This is your MEC entry or the actual entry you are asking?
MSc.
MEC, this is your provisional entry, yes? Yeah, this is your provisional entry which you are going to post during month end. because you don't know actual value. This value, there will be certain calculation on that. See, when you are taking a labor, simple example, per labor you will have a charge cost. Per labor I am going to give 1,000 rupees. Or you take an IT employee, white collar job, you will have some salaries to him. Based on that, if you do over extra hours or shifts based on ABC, there might be addition to it. So you will have some provision on it. So based on that, they will do the payments at month end. So based on that provisions, they are going to book the value. Clear, sir? Your question is how can I derive this value? Might be. Correct, sir?
Yes. That was my question.
This value is purely business side, sir. As an IT consultant, I cannot say that you book it 100 lakhs or 20 lakhs or whatever the value. That is, they will have certain calculation on that. So what is my expected labor requirement for the current month? What is my expected IT employee requirement? What is my fixed employee salaries? You know every projections in your list. Because see, let you take a manufacturing of a product. To manufacture that product, you need to know. So how many hours of labor is required? How many hours of your machinery hours is required? And how many hours of the other activities, whatever we are having, cleaning activity or quality testing or whatever the testings. You are having some planning for everything. Without having a plan, you can't proceed in real time, sir. So based on your plan, you will know your projections. So when it comes to the actual, your projections might be vary. That means your plan might be vary. So I thought I can use my bulldozer for 10 hours in my manufacturing. But when it comes to the actual, it might be 8 hours or it might be 15 hours. But your planned value is 10 hours into per hour 2000. 2000 into 10, 20,000. That is your planned value which you are going to book if it is not completed within the month. But when it gets completed, you know your actual hours, you know your actual rate.
Sorry, we are not able to hear you.
Sorry, sir, it was mute.
Okay.
Okay. So I was explaining. So how can we derive this 100 lakhs? So that is based on purely your planning. So for every activity, you will have a plan, sir.
Simply, you can tell us
Okay.
historical data. If they have any.
That is what, sir. See, when it comes to the business, see, let me give the real example. You are doing a rubber plantation. So it is an agriculture. You are going to do 2 lakhs of hectares. Okay. So you are going to have weeding, fertilizing, everything. Weeding means మనం కలుపు తీస్తాం కదా సార్, దాన్ని weeding అంటాం. So you are going to have weeding activity, or you are going to have your spraying activity or fertilizer activity or whatever the other related activities. So you know for 2 lakhs of hectares, how many labors is required to do your fertilizer activity or weeding activity. First year, it might be difficult to me to project. So based on market analysis, I may project. But when I'm running my business since a long run, so I know. So what was my 2015? What was my 2016? And continues to 2024 also. You will have that projections. Based on that, you will take some average values. Or if there is any loss in the hectares, what would be the losses of your hectares and what would be the respective ratio of the hectares available, and based on that ratio you can take your labor activity or you can take your machinery or whatever the other things. So that projections will happen. Those projections as a IT consultant we never do. That will be purely do by business people only. But based on their values, you are able to expand. This is the value they said. You are able to say this value can be booked like this, or we can do the entry. This is the manner you need to do in SAP system so that we can achieve the proper reports in different manner, whatever the way you are expecting. That is what we, as a consultant, we can convey. Clear, sir, now?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So again, here when we are discussing about provisionals, next thing we are going to have the repetitive nature of entries. Okay. So the repetitive nature of entries, let me take a small example of the rental incomes. So which is feasible to everybody understand of it. I'm not going to take the real time case, but which is as like as real time, which is feasible to understand. Let's assume you are taking a building for rent. You are taking a building for rent. Sir, anybody want to write down these entries? I will give 2 minutes of time, sir. Just write down quickly. Then I will take the rental income. Just take 2 minutes time. I will give, sir. Quickly, sir, please.
Real time, actually, for provision, we don't take cash and cash. We take actually salary account record to salary provision.
Salaries provision.
Salary account record to salary provision is provision. That we make. Here we are making directly payment for provision also.
Sir, to understand the example I'm giving, okay. If you want, we can do whatever the way. So now, if you want to bring it the provisional account, then later you will bring it your cash account here. You can do adjust. Whatever the way we want, we can do it.
Then verify.
Finally, you are going to adjust.
But if you tell in the interview that the bank is debited at the time of provisional, they will simply reject it.
No, నేను రిజెక్ట్ చేయలేదు సార్ ఎవరిని.
Because
We are in a position to make them understandable. So if they said no, then you can say the same. So instead of cash or bank, I can use some intermediary account. Okay. So you are saying, so whatever you said is correct. But what I was explaining initially, debit salaries and credit cash, right? So instead of this one, I can bring it down this one here, and again I can do the data entry. This way also, this is what we are saying. Again, the entry will come here. Instead of salary, you are going to use provisionals adjusted. Me example వచ్చేసి we can say it as how are we going to use your P&L and balance sheet. So in this example, my salary provision, I need to use balance sheet account, mandatory. In this example, your salary provision is your P&L. Or here cash or bank, instead of that one, we can use provisional cash account. This one also you can take it as cash or bank provisional. ఇప్పుడు మీకు క్లియర్ గా ఉంటుంది.
in the last case, the actual payment should be there. 10 lakh should be there. It should not be provision reversal.
Sorry. Provision.
Okay.
సార్ ఒకటి మార్చితే అన్ని మార్చాలా? డెబిట్ సాలరీస్ ప్రొవిజనల్ అకౌంట్. సో ఇక్కడ మళ్ళీ నేను ప్రొవిజనల్ ఇక్కడ వాడాలి. ఇలానే ఉంటుంది సార్. అంత అలా చాలా తేడా అవుతుంది. ఓకే, ఎంతసేపు So next, we are going to think about, we have seen the one-off entry as expenditure. The same way we are going to look at out the income related things. So I'm taking an example of your rental incomes. So rental incomes, if they pay on monthly basis, no issues. You can directly pay it, debit whatever the income account and credit it to respective, debit to respected whoever the payer. So at the time of doing your data entry, debit the customer and credited to the revenue. This is the entry you are going to post. So here, let assume it is going to be 12, right? 12 lakhs. Okay, this is the invoice you have raised. Based on that, the respective customer is going to be paid debit, cash or bank account. And credited to customer. Okay. This is the entry. Let's take example. If it is on monthly basis, so it could be fine. So 12 lakhs directly he paid. If the same case, if it is annual basis and he paid the entire rental at advance at the beginning of January 1st itself till December. So if you show all the 12 lakhs in the January month itself, or if you take it in April to March, if you show the entire values in April month itself. So what is going to be happen? So for the remaining 11 months, there won't be your rental income. And in the current month itself, you will have huge income and automatically it impacts your P&L. Clear, sir? So during that time, if it is regular case, no issues. Every month you will book your rental. If the case is, if they are paying it in advance, and based on that, you are going to segregate it. So during that time, also we will take it as these values into provisional account, and then every month we'll bring it from provisional account to your regular account. So instead of this one, same entry, this is the invoice, you will raise it, and based on that, the customer also is going to pay. Now here, instead of cash or bank account, you are going to use the respective provisional account, debit, provisional account, and credited to customer account. This is the entry. You will do it when the customer is paying the balances in advance. Okay. Now from here, every month you will do debit, cash by bank, and credited to So this value you are going to consider each month divided by. Okay, this is the way you are going to do your entry. So this will become as 1 lakh. So from your provisional balance, you are bringing into every month as your income. So based on that, automatically the respective P&L will be in proper shape so that your values also will meet as per expectations. Okay, so these are the two examples which I am able to explain as per our timelines. So now these entries in real time, it has to be happen automatically. So this is the case. It is not required to post on every month basis. Every month manual hours is not required. You can create it in a system and system will post automatically. That is the way you need to work as a consultant. This functional knowledge, even business people also will have it. But how are we going to utilize the same in our system? That is what your IT work. So in your IT work, what you need to do? How are we going to automate this one, or how we need to give the benefit to your client? So these things we can achieve through some of the entries like your sample document, recurring document, where you can create your sample document and you can do on repetitive manner. Or you can create your recurring document and you can do post. So when it comes to the real time, it is not going to be only one document or two documents. So it is going to be depend upon business volume. It may be 100 or 1000 or lakh also, depend upon your business volume. So if you want to enter these 1000 entry or 1 lakh entries, you just think about the manpower, which should not required to do or which is need to be automated in system. That is the consultant job need to do. So what we need to do, we will explain the concept to them. This is the way we can process in our system SAP by using your sample document process or recurring document process also. So to my knowledge, everybody might have knowledge on sample document and recurring documents. And even in real time, the sample document process or the recurring document process also, we won't do it manually. That means here business people also won't do it manually. They also do automatically. When it comes to the month end, as a consultant, our major priority, you need to background jobs. So here, what is background job here? So in background job, we are going to schedule it on particular timeline on every month 31st or every month 1st. Please do post this entry automatically. That is what you are going to define in your background. And that background job also, you will schedule some timelines. This job has to perform on so and so date, on so and so time. During that time, it will get executed. That is what it is going to be happen in real time. But when the job gets failure, during that time, as a consultant, you need to interfere it. In month-end job, we need to monitor every detailed analysis. Every job we are going to monitor it. So they will schedule in your month end in real time. It starts with day -5 to day +4. They will use like this or MEC. Okay, here day means your month end working day, last working day. So let's take we are in March. So my last working day is 31st. That is my month end day. Day -5. That is 31st -5. That means your MEC will start on 26th itself. From 26th onwards, they will check everything in terms of month end process. So while doing month end process, they will check what and all the provisions need to be posted. For all those provisions, we are going to have background jobs. In background jobs also, we are having two things. One is plan or test. The other one is actual. So we will have your plan run or test run, and the second one is your actual run. Let's take example. I need to post my rental entry on 31st. So whatever the entry I am going to post on 31st is my real, which is actual entry. But the same entry, I will check it on previous day. While doing checking in your plan or test, we won't post any entries. We won't post any entries. We just observe it whether it is running fine or not. Because when you are doing at actual runtime, if it is giving some errors and the rectification time, it may take more than the expected times also some cases. During that time, you will lose your month end times. So when you are working in real time, you are not going to work like one company code or two company codes. You are going to work on globally. If anything is impacted, it is going to be impacted entire thing. Entire globe it will impact. So if some job is getting failed, based on that job, the next job will be planned. ఓకే, ఒక జాబ్ని ప్లాన్ చేసుకొని దాని నెక్స్ట్ జాబ్ వచ్చేసి ఉంటుంది. ఇప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ జాబ్ ఫెయిల్ అయిందంటే ఆటోమేటిక్గా ది నెక్స్ట్ జాబ్ స్టాప్ అయిపోతుంది. సో ఇన్ యువర్ రియల్ టైమ్ యువర్ జాబ్స్ ఆల్సో డిపెండ్ అపాన్ అదర్ జాబ్స్ ఆల్సో. ఇఫ్ ది డిపెండెంట్ జాబ్ గెట్ ఫెయిల్డ్, automatically the next job we won't run it, we will stop. So what you need to do, we need to resolve the failure job, then only we are able to start the next job. So that is the purpose we are going to use the planned or test runs mandatorily. So if you are doing an actual run, the previous day itself you will schedule a planned run or test run. Okay, if your planned run or test run is successful, then mostly 99.99% your actual run won't get fail. Even if it get fail also, the resolution time is going to be very little, so that it won't impact on your timelines. At month end, your timelines are very, very important. Okay, so this is what you need to understand in your real time, how to schedule a job, how to get it posted. So you need to know about the background job processing also. Okay, sir. It's 9:50. Let's take break, sir. 30 minutes break, as I said. Then we'll continue, sir.